morning, Renovo friends and family. This is Kelly, and today I'm here with Elle Woolley. Elle, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so we're officially announcing you as one of our Renovo sponsored athletes. So welcome to the team.
Thank you so much. I couldn't be happier to be part of it.
Oh, well, we're so thankful to have you. So you are a dressage athlete. So tell us a little bit about dressage because we don't actually have a lot of dressage athletes on our team.
Sure. Dressage can be a little bit hard to explain. We like to liken it to the gymnastics or ballet of horse riding. So the rider and the horse are essentially one entity, and it's a lot of silent communication between yourself and the horse, and you create a beautiful choreographed routine, so to speak. It can be to music. Those are called freestyles. Those are great to watch. Yeah, it's kind of like gymnastics in a way.
Love that. And so you're not just doing dressage, you're doing para dressage. So tell us what that is and what got you here.
So para sports were originally formed to give disabled athletes a chance to compete on the world scale. Para stands for parallel. A lot of people think that it stands for paralyzed, but it's not. So it's parallel to Olympic sports, so to speak. So it gives paralyzed athletes a way to compete in a fair setting against people that are similarly impaired. And so, we all have our difficulties. My disability, so to speak, is that I'm partially paralyzed on the entire left side of my body. I have no use of my left arm, and my left leg is probably 60 to 70% the strength of my right. So I have a lot of imbalances. My spine is twisted from the atrophy on the left side, and that poses its own problems, especially in dressage, because dressage is all about straightness and equal sides of the horse and being ambidextrous, kind of. So doing it with one hand and one side that's like much stronger than the other side of the body. It's a big communication barrier to get over with my horse.
Wow. Well, you're doing it and you're doing it beautifully. I know you have overcome so much. You were riding before you had your injury, and then it was through some equine therapy that brought you to this point. What would you say to someone who, maybe does have a disability and how the equine therapy can play a role in just a whole new opportunity for their lives?
Yeah, so I was lucky in the sense that I already had the connection to horses. I already was riding at a pretty decent level for a little kid. I already had that passion and that love. So I had that drive initially to get back to it. Now, equine therapy can really help people with disabilities who don't already love the sport also, because the actual nature of the way a horse moves, it is it's like what do you call it? It's almost a mirror of the way the human skeletal system moves and works. So our pelvises are very similar. So for me, I was not able to walk first for a while after I had my head injury. But being back on a horse, I couldn't move my leg myself, but sitting there and having like the movement of a horse at a walk kind of helped kick in those nerves to reconnect, and the muscle memory kind of took over, and I was able to slowly, with the help of continuous riding, get out of a wheelchair.
Wow, you have overcome so much. I mean, the resilience and the acceptance and all the things that go along with rehabilitation, you've just done it so beautifully. And I know you continue and you're looking to compete at even higher levels. The Olympics is the next goal. What's that looking like?
Oh boy. So we're shooting for Paris 2024. I have already gained an invite for this current year, 2022, to compete at the national championships, which for the first time this year, 2022, it's incorporated with the able-bodied national championships. So for the first time, para and able-bodied are actually parallel and alongside each other at Lamplight, Chicago, which is one of the biggest venues in America. So I'm really, really excited and looking forward to competing at that. And then after there, I'm just going to hit all of we call them CPEDIs, in able-bodied is just regular CDI. And those are like the international shows held throughout the country during the year. So I'm just going to hit each one of those that I can. There should be one in January in South Florida. Then it'll be June again in Tryon. Then there's another one in November or October in Tryon as well. So I'm just going to go to all of the internationals, and that's how you gain FEI points. And the riders that have the most FEI points are generally the ones that are selected to be on the team.
Wow. Well, congratulations for qualifying. That is really fantastic. And we are so excited to watch you out there and see you riding and be cheering you on. So how did you hear about Renovo?
So I have this great vet named Dr. Roulan, which I'm sure you guys know him well.
Love Dr. Roulan.
Yeah, I love him. He's amazing. I found him when my horse first became injured as a 4-year-old. I was in South Florida, and my horse is spicy. He's a bit of a handful on a good day. He's, been a lot to handle, even for able-bodied trainers and all these things. He's a lot to deal with. And so when he was injured and had to be on stall rest, he had injured his left hind suspensory branch, and he had to be on stall rest and became unmanageable, like just insane. And he was like super angry. So I was like, I have to send him somewhere where people do this and can know, how to manage this and get him back healthy again without hurting himself more. That's when I saw Dr. Roulan's rehab facility in Ocala. And I reached out to him. I told him the situation. I had this really special young horse that was hurt, and I needed to get him healthy. Sent him up there. And that happened twice, because he got hurt on the interim coming back from the first injury. He got hurt again. So I sent him back to Dr. Roulan, and I was like, hey, what can we do? Because, he's just, I have to get him back. It's my only horse. He's my only chance for doing all the goals that I have and all this stuff. And Dr. Roulan, I think it was in 2019, he first mentioned Renovo to me. He's like, hey, there's this new stuff. We had already tried stem cells, PRP, a couple of different things, and my horse wasn't having good healing results. And he had a big old nasty scar. And he would be sound, but it wasn't like competitively sound. It was just serviceably sound. And so Dr. Roulan was like, there's this new stuff. I really suggest we try it. We've been having insane results with it. And we gave it a go. And the first injection that he had, I don't know, it was maybe a week or two, but my horse was noticeably more sound than he had ever been. And then he just kept getting better. So we repeated the treatment a year later. I like to keep up with the maintenance because I kind of nerd out about this stuff. Like, I'm really fascinated about all the science, and I like to read up on it and stuff like this. So I want to keep ahead of it, because I know we're doing consistent repetitive damage just through the nature of training. And so I'm like, all right, let's just keep this going. I want to keep him getting better. So we've done 2 treatments to date, one each for the last, like, each year, basically one a year. And so we just re-ultrasounded maybe a few weeks ago, and he's got no scar left. I mean, he's been sound ever since. Like, we've been sound, we've been competing. I've been to maybe 15 shows over between then and now. So starting in 2020, I believe, until now, like, it's been 15 shows or so. And he's stayed sound. He's been developing up the levels. He's gained muscle mass, gained range of motion, and the scar is gone.
That is great news. Thank you for sharing that. The documents don't lie, the MRIs don't lie, and the vets are seeing this. So yeah, Dr. Roulan is one of our favorites, and we love his program and the therapy and rehab that he does. We're really thankful that you connected with him and also enjoy the science yourself, because this is all backed by science. And we're so happy that we have over 10,000 horses that are now using Renovo. And like you, a lot of the performance, equestrians are choosing Renovo over other things that they have tried throughout the years that just are not as effective. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. It's so interesting to see. And, what do you call it? I'm suspicious of things. And I think a lot of upper level athletes and horse trainers are, because, everything will be touted as a miracle cure and all this stuff. And I mean, I am open-minded, so I'll try things, but I'm very speculative or whatever you call it.
We love
So
that. We want you to be, because the science is there. So we love when people want to really dig in and look at the white papers and all the research that we've done, and then the results speak for themselves.
And I saw the ultrasound with my own eyes. He used to have this big white scar where he had the holes in his suspensory, and it's normal gray aligned fibers now.
Wow.
It's
We are just so excited to have you on the team and to hear this amazing testimonial. And we're only just beginning. So we're looking forward to watching you in the weeks and months and years to come. And again, officially welcome to Team Renovo. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here.